Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about why your enemies have not been hit by their karma yet, or maybe they have and you just haven't seen it, but that's not meant for you to see. I'm going to get into this in detail in this video. Let me start out this video by, I'm on the beach and it's raining and it's lightning, so cool. You might see some lightning, you might see some rain. Cool. On to the video topic. And yeah, the element of lightning is good for this video topic because the way your enemies get hit by their karma, it's like lightning. It's like they get hit by lightning. It's like, I mean, I'm laughing because you guys expect, and there's lightning right now. You expect it for it to be on your terms when God has better timing than us. Let's talk about enemies and who deserve their karma, etc. You ever see people living these lavish lifestyles and they hurt people and they put people down and they put people's lives at risk and they're doing all these bad things and you're wondering why they haven't gotten their karma? Sometimes they actually are. These people who you see on TV, these people who you see as celebrities, these people who you see and you don't see, because even the people you don't see, the thing is, it's about divine timing. Sometimes if these people were to get their karma when you want it, when you would like them to get their karma, it's not going to do anything. It won't do anything. Sometimes in accordance to God's plan, because God knows more than we do. He knows everything. He knows everything from the start of time to end of time. So if an enemy's karma, if they're going to be hit by their karma at a time where they're very resilient, they might just pop back up and be like, ha, didn't really bother me. You ever have one of those days where like you're having the best day of your life and you spill coffee in your shirt and you're like, oh, I'm at home anyway, I have another shirt. Ooh, look, another lightning strike. Cool, I love lightning. But this is really good for people to learn because you have to understand it's in God's timing. When you're a child of the Most High God, He takes care of it. So these people who are on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and they're really bad people. They've done really, really bad things. They've put people's lives at danger and risk. They've put people's lives at danger and risk. I combine words very often. A little fun fact, in the angelic language, angels combine words all the time. But back to the topic. So, in that language has a lot of combined words from multiple words. So that's for you to do research on. Although, one thing you guys have to understand is that people who are living their best life online, you have to understand that's smoke and mirrors. You have to know that. You have to know that. Because it's just, when you see a TV, when you see a movie, some of these actors look really nice and sweet when they play a nice and sweet role. But sometimes, if you actually look at what these actors are doing and all the history of whoever there's around, whoever that actor's around, they're the nastiest, rudest, meanest person ever. And people will see their TV roles, oh, that's the nicest person in the world. That's an act. It's an act. It's smoke and mirrors. It's TV. It's movies. But in reverse, some people, like, for example, the person who played King Joffrey on Game of Thrones was so mean in their role that they can't live their life normally because everyone thinks they're that mean person just because of an energy they put off as an actor. So it's the same thing, and that actor is extremely kind and sweet, but they had to play a really mean role and they're good at it, so it's just an act. Sometimes these people are just good at acting. These are actors. And once you get into the habit of realizing these people are just acting, you perceive it a little bit differently. So in smoke and mirrors, on the camera, you can be a billion different people in one picture. In one picture, you can be about 100,000 different people. It's because when it comes to smoke and mirrors, I can change what I look like by changing my lighting. And yes, there's people nearby. So now I can look more muscular because I'm putting it far away. Now I'm putting it closer to me. Now you can't, I mean, it's just, now I'm just a face. If I turn the face to one side, it looks like I'm a little, oh cool, lightning. It looks like I'm a little bigger. I hope it doesn't strike that hot. I like the hot. But it looks like, now like a little bigger, right? Now, and you can look however you want. So some people might look like they're eating all the junk food in the world and getting away with it. Like, hey, why isn't this person, like, why are they losing weight, or how can they keep it off? And this person is just flat out, I mean, they're doing everything opposite to what's happening to them. So you have to understand, it's smoke and mirrors. These people are hiding things. And yeah, the rain's hitting pretty hard. Now, and it's very beautiful. So, and here's this case scenario. So if you're checking your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever, constantly monitoring people to see if they're getting their karma, it's going to be a lot slower. It'll be a lot slower, like a lot slower. But the second you take that person out of your reality, once you remove them and clean them and wipe them away from your reality, it's like that person got stuck in a time machine. It's like their karma got... This is because one of the biggest reasons is it's sometimes really, really, really bad for you to see your enemies get their karma. Sometimes, not sometimes, very often, people will pick up on their energy from the enemy's karma. And coming from someone who, I have had a lot of experience on this planet so far, on other planets too, and in different lifetimes, the biggest thing I notice is even if someone who's nearby is getting their karma for doing something wrong, I turn my head. I turn my head, and I'm going to give you an example from the Bible. Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis. So early on in Genesis, God destroys the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. Very, very rotten people. Those people were very foul. He told Lot's wife, he told Lot and his wife and his kids, don't look back. And his two daughters, don't look back. Don't look back. It's not for you to see. Like, it's something that it needs to be done, but you're not to see it. I'm going to give you a very, very strong example about, and the example I'm going to give is so strong that it's going to change the way you view your enemy's karma forever. So I'm going to get straight into it because the example I'm going to use is very strong after this. But when Lot's wife turned back and she looked to see them getting their karma for being such rotten people, such horror, and imagine Lot and his wife were living there, and they were around all the horror, the horrendous stuff that was there. So of course Lot and his wife would probably wonder, like, when are these people gonna get their karma, or like what's gonna happen to these people. She looked back to see the city getting the karma, getting hit by raining sulfur from the sky, and she turned into a pillar of salt because that wasn't for her to see. And in essence, that's because she disobeyed God and his command. But as well as that, you're not supposed to see that. That energy is not good for you to see. For you to see your enemy's karma, you will join them in suffering somehow. Here comes my example. I remember a long time ago, a very long time ago, because when people do me wrong, they get hit by karma very heavily. I'm a child of the Most High God, and I'm literally wearing every protection crystal ever. You can't name a protection crystal I'm not wearing. So it's all these protection crystals hitting these people all at once. So maybe this is just God let this happen for me to really understand, so I'm able to teach it. I remember someone cut me off very badly in traffic and drove very badly. They rolled down their window and said, haha, you're like, Bubba said the worst language, and they were driving horrendously, and they're just taunting people in traffic. And the person said the worst of the worst things that the person could possibly say. Like, if you could say the worst things you could ever say in your entire lifetime in like a couple sentences, that person said it for no reason. Because, I mean, I did the speed limit. The person, I mean, in Florida, people are like, how dare you do the speed limit? Like, what do you think you're doing the speed limit? That's what people are like here. It's like, you want to do the speed limit? I'm going to show you. So, coming from a child of the Most High God, and you are all beautiful children of God as well, so give God your problems, give him your issues, give him things you can't control. So, essentially, I was kind of disgruntled. I'm like, what is that? And then I see the person take a turn and go down the road, and the worst, and I had a feeling something was going to happen to them. And their car just started erupting. Like, let's just say their car, it looked like it was worse than lightning strike. It was just like something out of a cartoon or a movie. And I didn't look at it when I was passing by, because I had a feeling to not look. But when I was driving back, after I got my, I don't know, I went to shop and got food or what, it was a while ago. So food and drink and coffee or whatever. But I came back down the road, and I know down that road where the person went, they're getting hit by their karma even worse. So I took a slight peek, and just a slight peek, which something told me don't look, and even the slightest peek, and I didn't look fully, I felt nothing but pain on the side of my body. And it was pain because it's kind of like that empath pain, and it released. So it was just a warning to show me what happens when you go to look to see when someone's getting their karma. So if I were to fully look at it, it'd be the same thing. So I didn't fully get to see it, thank God, but for how much pain I felt just by looking at the person, like just peeking at the person getting their karma, that's an energy. That is just a pure energy. So it was a spiritual pain. It was just like it's like your chakra. You're kind of like joining in on them energetically, because you have to think about it like this. We are empaths. As spiritually gifted people, we are empaths. You're an empath and you don't even know it for some of you. So as an empath, for someone who's an empath to look at your enemies getting their karma, now you join them in their energy. You join them in their feeling. Because as an empath, you can look at anyone. You're so gifted that you could look at anyone. And you just look at someone and you know what they're feeling. Sometimes you'll experience it a little bit, especially for the super gifted empaths. You'll look at someone who is just in pain sometimes. Like even if someone, you don't even know them, you're just walking by them, you look at someone, you look a second too long and it's like that person's just in complete emotional pain. Now you pick up on it. But what happens when you're checking as an empath, as an extremely gifted empath, you pay attention to someone who you're watching to see if they're getting their karma. God will not let that happen to you. He loves you so much, he will not let that happen to you. He's not going to let that happen. No way, Jose. So he's going to wait for you to forget. God waits for you to turn your head. He waits for you to not be in a line of fire. He waits for you to get out of the area before he erases the area. So, for example, if you're with a friend group and the friend group is all backstabbing each other and it's not a real friend group, and you're like wondering what's happening with this friend group, why is nothing happening? Because you're in it still. Get out. He's waiting to fly over with some beautiful angels to drop some fire, okay? So sometimes you have to remove yourself completely, with your eyes, with your mind, with your heart, just remove yourself, because if you even look energetically at these people getting their karma, you will join them. You will flat out join them. And then you'll be asking, oh, why are all these crazy things happening to me? It's because you saw them get it. And for example, for the people not of God, so the people not of God get to see their enemies getting their karma, but then they pick up on the karma as if someone cursed them. So God loves you so much that he knows way more than you, and he knows how to get you out of the line of fire so you don't absorb it. Because as an empath, you don't get to choose what you pick up and absorb sometimes, because that's just not how it works. That is just not how it works. So when you turn your head, and that's why when you forget about your enemies, when you turn your head away, is when like the sky fire, like Sodom and Gomorrah, happens on your enemies. But when you turn back and you look to check on them, and you start doing bad yourself because you weren't supposed to look back. You look backwards when you're supposed to look forwards. You want to go forwards in life, but you're looking backwards? What are these people doing to help you? Who cares if they're getting their karma, because essentially you're moving yourself forward, but you're looking backwards. Coming from someone who used to ride horses, they would tell us one thing. If you look backwards when you ride the horse too often, you're going to fall off and you're going to end up backwards. The horse will end up in front of you. If you are someone who's riding a horse and you're constantly looking at the ground, then you will end up on the ground. It doesn't matter how, it's just where you look is where you're heading. You want to look backwards? Where are you going to head? Especially for the beautiful gifted empaths on this YouTube channel. So my biggest message is give it to God and let it go. Even if you're thinking about it, you're energetically looking at it. Because even if we're not looking with our two eyes, we're looking with our third eye. You're checking memories. You're checking, maybe you're waiting for the intuition that your enemies are getting their karma. Get that out of your brain and give it to God. Fully give it to God. Give it to the Most High, because he's taking care of it. But you're not supposed to witness that. That's not part of your karma to take on theirs. So that's why when you fully forget, eventually in the future, when it happens, when it's said and done, oh, this person, they're gone. And sometimes the karma is that extreme. Oh, they're gone. Oh, this person, like they're in jail, they're in prison, something happened, like who knows? It's like it doesn't matter. And the biggest thing about karma is don't look at someone like, haha, look what they got. No, that was your neighbor. You love thy neighbor. You forgive them. The biggest thing is if you can't forgive them, then you will not move ahead. So you don't forget, but you do forgive. The biggest thing, give yourself to God. God loves you so much to the point where when you turn your head away is when he'll do what he's going to do, so you don't pick up on it. That's the biggest thing. People don't know that. And even when you drive past, like, for example, when you drive past an accident and you look back too much, that energy becomes a part of you. So for people who, and this is a little secret for the people who watch the very end of videos, people who normally get into accidents when they're driving their cars, it's normally after looking at someone after they drive by an accident and they look a little too hard or too deep into the accident, at the spirits, at the karma, at the energy of the accident, so they pick up on that. If you pass someone who's broken down and you look a little too much or think about it a little too much, then it starts applying to you energetically as well. If you're not going to help, then go on your merry way. If you're not going to help the person broke down, if you're not going to help the person who needs help, then it's not your business anymore. You give it to God if you can't control anything, okay? If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Check out FloridaStoneman.com if you have not already. I'm going to show you a beautiful new necklace that made it to FloridaStoneman.com today. This is jade. Beautiful, gorgeous jade with amethyst. This is the end of the video because I usually do my photo shoots on certain days, especially when it's raining. It was nice and sunny earlier, but this is beautiful jade. You wear this gemstone, you'll invite in new friends, prosperity, wealth, abundance, happiness, good news, good luck, good fortune. But check it out because that's going to FloridaStoneman.com. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.